right, folks, race haulers have come a long, long way since 1998, 1999, and 2000 when I first started sitting in them, dating Mike right before we got married, and I thought they were cool back then. Hell, we've even got fancy furniture now on the outside. They're doing entertaining now on the outside. The engineers have like full-out engineering suites in the inside now. Let's take a look at Kyle Larson's, and kind of a fun little insider tip. Cliff Daniels, the crew chief, basically said, all right, don't be showing no shocks, don't be showing any of our equipment or any of our tools, so we can't open the doors. Sorry. All right, well, this is pretty special. We are in the 5 teams. Driver Kyle Larson, Hendrick Motorsports, brand new race hauler. This is Mike from Featherlite. And you were just telling me that this is a beauty. You're pretty proud of this one. This is the debut of a brand new Hendrick Motorsports Featherlite trailer at the Daytona 500.
Yep, we built this one for the guys in the fall. We probably had close to 3 months plus in designing it and laying it out with the guys. Lance, Todd, Brandon, Ryan, they all threw in a lot of ideas. Cliff was involved with it. But after you build about 30 or 40 for them, you end up getting things a lot perfected for them. They're pretty specific on how the measurements are in their cabinets, how the layout is for different cabinets. So we try to make sure we get all that taken care of for them.
So it was pretty fun because the first thing we did, we walked in and he goes, this cutout right here, obviously for the very important Keurig. Right?
Yes.
Like you got to make sure it's high enough for the coffee pot. That's one of my pet peeves just in a house.
Oh yeah, you got to have that right away in the morning, and that's kind of a popular spot at the back end of the trailer for them. But everything from their Corian countertop to where their trash goes, how we lay out the drawers so that they have the right measurements for that type of thing. They get pretty specific on how we're doing that for them.
And you were even talking about like the trim is very specific for Hendrick Motorsports. There's a specific look. All the car owners always have like their specific trademarks. Like I remember when Bill Davis was racing, he liked all black trailers. Oh, yeah. And he always had a seat right here. And I remember we used to sit in this little seat so we could see out. Because you know you can see outside, but they can't see in. Yep. So that was Bill Davis's famous trademark.
To this day, Childress's trailers are the same exact colors, the same exact accents, everything from the first one that we built for him in 1992. So there's a lot of consistency with what the teams do.
I love it. Well, let's take a little gander down the hallway here.
Yeah, as you progress down, naturally their front counter here. They've got another area where a marketing person or one of their PR people work. Again, they've got drawers specific for what they need. A lot of the cabinets specific for uniforms. A roll-in cart cabinet here. They've got a bank of C-Tech cabinets for their smaller component type parts. Again, they'll have roll-in cart cabinets here, so they've got everything setting in here so that the setup for Daytona is on all these carts. Once they get back to the shop, they'll restock everything for Atlanta so they know what they're doing for that race then also when it's all ready to go.
And so you guys kind of have a good concept of what's going on. Everybody that's on the team, like he said, even the marketing folks have where they can put hats and hero cards, notebooks so they can do their jobs, charging stations as you can see right here, and then all the different crew guys have their own cabinets so they can have their uniform and everything that they need, as well as all the toolboxes. And you can see the guys down here are working. They're hard at work right now because we're getting ready to do cut practice, because they can literally build shocks and they can it's like a little rolling shop at track.
Home away from home for them. Naturally there's 2 cars above us, so they've got room up in this attic to put two vehicles. Unfortunately, they had to pull their backup car out this weekend and are revamping that. So, and as they walk forward, they've got this set up to where their crew lockers are set back a little bit so they can run all their carts up at the end of the night and the guys can still get to their crew lockers.
Is this a Hendrick special right here? Because this is the first time I've ever seen nice organized.
Yep.
I figured. Yeah.
Pretty specific to what those guys have.
That makes it a lot nicer.
Yep. room for a motor in here. You're going up into the lounge area, or not really the lounge area anymore. It's more engineering than it is lounge, and these guys very, very rarely lounge, but pretty specific for each guy. They have their own stations. Kyle has his specific spot that he likes to sit on the couch, so we made kind of a little corner there that.
Okay, so all right, race fans, there's where Kyle debriefs and briefs with Cliff.
That's his spot.
Love it.
They've got cameras throughout the trailer, so as they're running down the road, they can tell what's happening inside of the trailer, can see if the cars are moving. They can hook up everything back to Charlotte, to their home place, and a lot of the decision making is made up here. The back wall, again, you got a printer, we got an IT cabinet. There's 3 different zones of air conditioning in this trailer, so it's comfortable throughout the whole thing, and then more lockers for the guys that are up in this area.
You've been in this business for a long time. I mean, I remember. I'm kind of laughing because in '98 when I first started coming, we really did call this like the driver's lounge.
Oh, yeah.
This little area up here, the crew chief, the driver, the owners, and then it's like, well, where's the team? If it's raining or they're having meetings, and now. These are no longer driver lounges. These are really engineering suites. Is kind of what I like to call them.
They don't lounge up here. There's a lot of decisions that are made up here, and very quick decisions. So we try to make it comfortable for them, so it's just like they're back at the shop or they're back in their office space. So,
what are some of the new things now that you've been in the industry for a while? Some of the new things that the NASCAR teams are implementing into their trailers.
A lot of it is the technology these guys are putting in on how they want to talk back to the shop, how they interface within different parts of the trailer. The 48 trailer is kind of the hub, and that runs off to the other 3 within Hendrick Motorsports. So we work very closely with their IT people to make sure that we get everything correct that way. And naturally, they haul a lot of things, so with us being Featherlite, we work real hard at trying to keep the weight down on these things so they can take more to the track also.
Yeah, I guess because we don't think about how much, you've got tool boxes, you got the pit boxes, you've got 2 race cars that are traveling at the top level of these trailers. That's a lot. Yeah. Do we even know how much weight they're allowed to carry?
Most of our customers now are running about 77,000. They can go to 80,000 truck, trailer, and content. So we like to keep that little buffer so that if they need to put more on, which they normally do, they've got that little grace period so the DOT guys are happy with them.
I like it. It's looking good. So, okay, if we're talking about the 2 different... or all the different race teams, because like you're doing race teams, Richard Childress Racing, Joe Gibbs Racing, Spire, Hendrick Motorsports, RFK, Roush, I think.
They just got a new one.
What are all the different, maybe kind of Hendrick specific or RCR specific? Is it basically just like color and trim packages, or?
A lot is color. A lot is how their guys want to work out of the trailer, where the shop guys want to do their thing. Most of them are pretty consistent with, they all have roll-in carts so that it's easier for them to interchange parts for the next week. Some guys like to have the food counter toward the front of the trailer. Some would rather have it toward the back. So most of these teams, we've done enough trailers for them now that when you pull up a Roush Fenway Keselowski trailer, for example, Brad's real specific now on how he wants things from when he had his truck team. So we've crossed a lot of that stuff over to his new haulers too. But each one of them, they have a good idea what finished is going to look like prior to calling us.
And then how often do they order new trailers? So this trailer is debuting here at the 2025 Daytona 500. When do you think a new one will be ordered?
They will probably keep this for 6 or 7 years.
Really?
Unfortunately for us, a lot of our customers tell us that we build them too good.
Yep.
So they keep on and hang on to them for an extended period of time. And the teams really, they watch what they're spending their dollars on, and so we like to get them a good product that, one, they can keep for a long, long time, and they're going to have a huge resale value when it comes time for them to get rid of it. So,
well, thank you for giving us a tour. This is like a fun little inside look into the NASCAR garage, right?
Yes, not many people get to see this, so we're glad to bring it to you.
Does anybody know what the Ladybug's all about? Who started the Ladybug?
Really?
Wow.
That's a mystery we're gonna have to ask Kyle about.
It's not a mystery, there's a backstory.
Okay, we gotta find Kyle and find out next. Part 2, what's the deal with the Ladybug? 'Cause I noticed it on the front too.